Come on guys, you knew this was going to happen. The ZD Toys Iron Man Mark 50 Anniversary Series 1/10 scale collectible figure. It just says here, it says Infinite Action logo down there, so I'm assuming that's the brand for this. And you got the Disney logo, we've got the Marvel logos. It's an officially licensed product, it's sold in China. You can get it imported over here, but you won't find it in any of the stores because it is specifically tailored to the Chinese market. I've been collecting these guys for a little while. I have the Marks 1 to 7, and this is the original box of the Mark 4. And you can see the average size of one of these is about less than half the size of this guy. And I have to say, that's because this new luxury version comes with a buttload more stuff in it than the original versions. This is almost double the price of one of these guys. But then when you see everything it comes with, I think you can understand where that money went. It's got a nice metallic sheen up the top there. You can see a lovely picture of the figure there with some of the accessories. Avengers Infinity War Mark L or Mark 50 as you call it. On that side, Avengers Infinity War. Then on the back, you've got more pictures of the Mark 50 with some promo pics. You've got all that lovely Chinese writing, and yep, it's still praising me. You know, ZD Toys are saying, Billy, 16K, you're amazing. I know that, ZD Toys, thank you very much. But it's always nice to be validated. And then we've got the Mark 50 here, another promo pic. Nothing but metallic red up the top. Nothing but metallic red down the bottom. Okay, let's open this up and have a look at exactly what's inside. Plastic film on this is pretty tight, very well packaged. I got this from AliExpress and I'm looking forward to actually opening it up and have a look at what we get on the inside of this. And then again, seems like it's got a front facing panel here. Does it come off on both sides or just one side? Let's have a look. It kind of opens like a book. It's got magnetic clasps just here, pops open, and inside there's nothing on the inside here, but you can see you've got the figure here, and then we've got all these lovely accessories here. But not just that, there's 2 layers to this bad boy. There's some instructions, and then here on the other side we've got all the extra hands, the backpack, and a new shield and the stand. Okay, let's just get him all out on the shelf and see exactly what it's like. Okay, so here's all the accessories out of the box, and I have to say he comes with quite a bit. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off the stand, and we are going to come in here and take a look at everything he comes with. Okay, as we can see, he comes with a whole bunch of hands, including these hands which have the hand plate missing just so they can be repulsor blasts on there. They've even got peg holes for the fire effects. We've got gripping hands so he can hold on to the shields. More relaxed hands. He's got fisted hands on him. He also comes with a massive shield. He's got 2 forearm blades, 1 hand blade and 1 forearm blade. 2 are the, I like to call these like the shark blasters or something like that. I don't know what they are. But he's got 2 of those. He also comes with 2 of the dual blades. He also comes with a normal back plate. He also comes with a piece that changes him into flight mode, and he also has this round shield. He also comes with this stand with the Avengers Infinity War Mark L logo. It's exactly the same as most of the others. It does have a spring mounted clasp here, but it's black, not clear like all the others. I'm not sure how I feel about that, because I would have liked them to be a bit more uniform and all have clear stands. Holy crap, that's a lot of bang for your buck in my opinion. And you can see that a hell of a lot of them are very well painted. There's not a lot of paint bleed on these. You come over, you can see the reds are in the red area, the silvers are in the silver, and there's some little gold accents where they should be. So honestly, I think all these accessories are painted pretty well for the price point. I mean, try and buy a Marvel Legend like this and you come up very short with paint apps that would even come close to this. And we can see, again, all very clean applications of the paint. Lovely metallic cherry red. Very nice gold, actually. I think sometimes it can be a little dull, but yeah, they seem to have gotten a really good gold for this. And that sort of titanium silver runs throughout. The only thing is that it's got like a little white panel inside there. It's not clear or anything, which is a shame, but you can't have everything. He also comes with these hand blades, and you can see again, very nicely painted. You can see all those little panel lines, the sort of greyish black gunmetal panel lines in there. that really do help this figure a lot. It's not like they skipped out. That's not easy to achieve, especially for a mass-produced figure. And again, instead of having clear pieces up here and here, they've just painted in some whitish grey panels, which is a shame. I would have liked them to have added some clear pieces to it. Kind of like these pieces here, they do actually have some nice clear bits in the blades here, which again I would have liked for this guy just up here, would have looked really nice. But however, you need to get these clear little tabs here that go into the back of the shield. So what you can do there, you can take the tab, put it in there, and then you use these gripping hands to hold onto the shield there, which is a really nice touch, because you can swap them over and use them on this or on this. And he also has some, oh, I didn't even notice these. He's also got some grips just on the top here, so that you can actually hold onto the shield with both hands up there in front of him or something like that, rather than having the blue perspex bit just sitting in the middle. There's some nice options there. Okay, let's go in and have a look at the figure itself. Okay, and here's the figure just straight out of the box, and I'm really liking what I'm seeing with the paint applications. Look how lovely and shiny and cherry red this figure is. It's the exact same quality we would expect from ZD Toys at this point. They really know how to paint these figures. You've got this lovely sort of titanium kind of silver, and then you've got like the little gold accents. There doesn't appear to be much bleed off, if any, in there. And then you can see he's got little tiny blue accents where the little lights on the suit should be. And it's really nice. I'm not seeing really any flaws in the paint application whatsoever. And you've got these back plates here, and this is the original normal one. Sadly, there's no sort of like, these normally are like flaps that lift up, but they don't on this guy. I think they tried to save money where they could, and they cut out the back flaps. To be honest, I'm not too bothered about that. These things barely lift up anyway on the suit, so it's not that big a deal. But look how seamless that back panel goes in. You can't even tell that it's supposed to come off. That's really nice. If we pull that off then, okay, you just go into the bottom here, there's a little tab, and you can sort of lift it up. Don't just rip it upwards, just sort of pop it out, and it does come out pretty easily. And then this is the flight pack that goes on his back if you want to give him a really nice flight pose. And that kind of sits in there okay. It's a tad loose. I mean, this seems to be a tad loose on everything. It's even a tad loose on the Hot Toys version, which was really surprising. You think they would have magnetized it. But yeah, it's a tad loose, but nothing you couldn't fix with a tiny dab of glue on the ports. And there's a little bit of a gappage just in the top part here. Yeah, it is definitely a little bit loose. Look at that. Didn't really take much effort to fall out. So yeah, that is a bit of a shame. I would have liked that to have been better. I think a tiny dab of glue on the ends here. Wait for them to dry before you do it, and then push it in. And then that way cover in those gaps a little bit and make it a little bit better. Let's have a look at this articulation, because this is the part that kind of blew me away a little bit, because he has these shoulder pads here, and you can really pull these out. Look, these come off so far out, so you can really get these out of the way while you're posing. And then of course you can get these joints here. You can see there's little clear tabs in here, and that's because these arms can pop out a little. And then you've got full rotation of the arm. There is really nice articulation here, and you can bring the arms in quite far. Look at that. That's nuts. And then you can bring these shoulder pads down if you so wish, and bring this guy in so he can actually really do some blocking, or maybe get into like a fighter's pose. That's cool. I really like that. And then of course he's got a bicep swivel just here. He does have a double bend in the arms, and he does have full rotation on the wrists on a ball joint, so they can move up and down a little bit. The head turns a hell of a lot. Almost, yeah, it gets full rotation. It can look up quite well. Looks down okay, so it's not too bad. It's not the best articulation in the head, but there's a lot more freedom of movement than there has been in a lot of the other ZD Toys Iron Man figures. This guy has a lot more articulation in the head. And then once you've finished posing the arms, you can push the joints all the way back in, just get them maneuvered a little bit, and you can almost get these shoulder pads touching the rest of the figure to get that more sort of seamless look. It's quite impressive for such a small scale figure to have almost seamless arms like this suit's supposed to have. And then the torso piece, it turns a little bit left, a little bit right. But if you pull it up like that, you can get full rotation all the way around, which is insane. And he can look forward quite a bit. He can lean back a hell of a lot. But of course, you've got that big ugly gap with this ball joint exposed just there. But if you're doing pose and flight stuff, you can actually have this guy looking up a little bit like that. And there is no waist swivel, unfortunately. But then the joints in the legs have drop down joints in the hips. Without the joints pulled down, the legs go up not massively far, but if you turn them outwards, they can go up a little bit more. And they go back a tiny bit, and they go out about that far. And there is a thigh swivel, there is a double joint in the knees, and there is an okay amount of ankle pivot, enough for you to you know, get some good posing out of him, but not as much as I would have hoped on this guy. But if you then pull the hip down, you can get the leg right out and get it further up even more, and he can go back a little bit further. And then if you push it up, you're always going to get that slightly ugly seam gap here. That was the same with the Hot Toys as well, so it's not that big a deal. But honestly, I'm quite impressed by the articulation on this guy. Considering ZD Toys weren't known for their articulation, they're always known for their paint apps, but the articulation in some of their earlier figures were lacking. But it seems like they're improving as they go along. And this one seems to have the most improvements from their original Marker E5 they did with Endgame to now. So it's really, really nice to see that. But if you actually come in and have a look at the accessories, you can just come in, you can pull the forearms off like that, and then you can add any of the accessories that fit on. I think, what's this one? Is this the shark one? Is this top or bottom? I'm not sure. I think this is the top. Pop. And then of course he's got his shark blasters on, ready to rock and roll, which is really, really nice. I like these, and they look almost seamless on those arms now. Again, if we pop them off, you can swap this over for the forearm blade. Where are you? Just here. And the blade just goes on like that. And then if we get one of the shield gripping hands, and then we've got ourselves a fully bladed up Mark 50. Whoops, pop that off. Get that back on. Yeah, and here he is all bladed up, ready to fight. Now, I absolutely love this guy. My only criticisms really is that there's no whiteness in the arc reactor here, so he doesn't light up, or it doesn't look like it's lit up, and there's no real sort of whiteness behind the eyes, so that it looks like he's you know, lit up, ready to go. I would have liked if they've actually just gone in and painted the white in here and in here, because then he just looks like he's on that packaging there, ready and rocking to kick some butt. And here he is with one of the ported hands with the blast effect in. It's pretty crazy. I mean, just get loads, absolutely tons with him. Here he is gripping the shield, ready to go. I'm not so good with the posing with this guy. I am getting used to it, but there are a slight few restrictions. Again, that ankle rocker could be a little bit stronger, so I could get his leg out a little bit further. I'm not the biggest fan of the Mark 50, I never was. I'm not as big a fan of the nanotech as I am all the sort of the real mechanical stuff that he used in the first few movies, because that's just like mecha porn, isn't it? It's just like getting all suited up with all this machine stuff clunking all over him, and just looks really, really cool. And I think the nanotech, while it looked okay, genuinely felt like CGI. It didn't connect me to the actual character very much. It just looked like somebody on a computer was splurging out loads of you know, CGI goop on the screen, so he would like fill up and become Iron Man. It didn't work as well for me as the original mechanical suits, because you could see a lot more thought went into those. He is absolutely fantastic for the price. I paid £38 total for this guy from AliExpress, and he's less than the price of, say, 2 of the original ZD Toys Iron Man figures. Less than the price of 2, but you get so much for your money. It's mind-boggling that we're able to put this much into the packaging, considering, you know, what you get normally from, say, Marvel Select or Marvel Legends. It baffles me that this is the amount you can get from China for your money. My only real gripes are that there is a tad lack of articulation in the ankles. I wish there was just a fraction bit more to get more poses out of him. And also I wish that this stand was a clear stand instead of the black one we get, because he does fit onto it, he does look good, but I just think the black one just looks a little bit more cheap, whereas the clear one gives you a little bit more of a premium feel to it. Also keep it in line with the rest of the collection. If you're using the clear stands and all of a sudden you get to the Mark 50 and it's a black stand, it kind of sticks out a little bit, and not always for the best. Plus also I wish they'd put white in the eyes and the chest arc reactor, because this isn't a light up feature or anything in there, so there's no need for it to just be like dead and dull in the eyes, when a little bit of white on that little clear film that they've got inside there would have done the job perfectly. I thoroughly recommend you pick this up if you get a chance. Go on AliExpress. At the moment they're a dime a dozen. I don't know how long that will last. From the looks of this thing, it'll probably sell out because it is just that good. There's just so much you get for your money. Go look on AliExpress. These guys are everywhere at the moment. Just type in ZD Toys and I think you'll probably get like the first 4 or 5 will be this guy on the site. And finally, before we finish off, here he is next to a couple of other ZD Toys Iron Man in the collection. And you can see he fits in pretty well. He's a tad shorter than the other two here, but nothing too spectacular. I mean, it's a nano suit. He's supposed to be a little bit more sleek. He's supposed to be a little bit smaller. And that was one of his downfalls in Infinity War. And you can see from the Mark 85 that he upped the amount of nanotech in his suit, just in case he ever come across Thanos again. He actually had enough there to help him fight someone as dangerous as Thanos for a lot longer. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and I do mean that. If you can give us a thumbs up, please do, because it really does help the channel. If you can subscribe, I'm slowly creeping up to 4,000 subscribers and it's getting pretty exciting. Bye bye guys. Okay, and now get the fuck out of my cave.